Hey, welcome back. So, it's been a while since I've done a video, but I wanted to look back, talk about some of the accomplishments or lack of accomplishments I've made since then. In the last video, I talked a little bit about all the things that I was able to do last year with strength training, running a race, all that type of stuff, and outlined some of the hopes that I had for this year. Now, I haven't been able to accomplish any of those things. Part of that is due to the lockdown that we've all been dealing with. I want to talk about some of those obstacles and review some things that I've been doing for my own health to hopefully get back on track. Certainly the warmer weather makes it a little easier, so that's good for many of us, I'm sure. Just a reminder, the reason why I do this is because when I first faced all these challenges of living with fibromyalgia, kept searching for someone else going through the same thing, and I know that there are many vlogs out there. If I connect with one person, that makes me really happy just to be there for you. Alright, cool. So one thing, talking about these obstacles, and this is now for the whole world, I think the whole world is kind of waking up to what somebody lives with a chronic disease kind of experiences. The isolation, the limited activity, the feeling of being left out, all those types of things are things that we're all used to just due to whatever chronic condition you might experience. So that's interesting that the rest of the world gets to experience that. Well, we're a little more better versed at it. Some of the obstacles I've found most challenging, of course, is the fact that I can't go out there, not going to work, not going to the coffee shop, not being able to go to the gym, just increases the amount of physical discomfort and pain. And of course, that leads to increased fatigue, tiredness, and brain fog. So I've actually found it really difficult to accomplish things. Those first few weeks in lockdown, once I was set up in the basement, I found I could accomplish things and I got some new projects going, but as things kind of dragged on, just the limited amount of variation in my day-to-day just led to more discomfort and fatigue. And, of course, brain fog. How much can you get done when you can't think clearly? Also, another challenge is working with my spouse in the house. Is working with my wife at home. Now, it's really great to have her around. I've been happy to have her. But the challenge in doing something like a video is that these are more easily done in solitude. Getting the lighting set up, thinking about the script, what you're saying, not having that sense of somebody eavesdropping. All those things are easier to do when you are in your own workspace. So that's been a little bit of a challenge, part of the reason why I haven't done any videos, but hopefully I can overcome that, get back into a normal working condition. Also, another challenge is that once my wife started to have to work from home, I was sent down into the basement and I got set up and I was happy working down here. But we had a really rainy April and our entire basement flooded. As you can see, I'm down here right now. We're in the middle of a complete remodel because we just had to take everything up. If you look behind me, all our furniture is stacked on top of itself. And that displaced me further from getting anything done. Looking at my last video, I have been able to accomplish nothing that I set out to do. I've also put on weight since we've been in lockdown, and since then, I've restarted my intermittent fasting. It's amazing, in just a month of intermittent fasting, I've taken off 8 pounds. Now, the problem with that is that I'm still at least 15 pounds overweight. And of course, I'm not doing any of the physical strength training or conditioning, so I've got a long way to go. But hopefully I can get there. Also, all the races were canceled nation and worldwide, so that kind of put a dent in motivation. What am I training or conditioning for if I can't actually do the thing that I set out to do? Now, of course, that's kind of external versus internal motivation, very important. I do believe I am internally motivated, but obviously without those races, it kind of took the wind out of the sails. I also started with a new doctor at University of Michigan's Integrative Health. Now, this was on recommendation from Dr. Claw at the University of Michigan Chronic Pain and Fatigue Research Center. Going to this new doctor's office, of course, I'm like many of you, I've had it with doctors. What do they know at this point? What help have they done other than give me a bunch of drugs I don't need? But working with this doctor here, she seems really sympathetic. She's not trying to push drugs. She ordered a new round of testing for me, some blood work, and an MRI on my brain. So this eliminated a number of things. It eliminated Lyme disease, some terrible degenerative disease I don't even recall the name, MS for the time being, ALS, things like that. So that's good news. I don't have brain cancer. Awesome. But they did give me a new diagnosis on top of fibromyalgia, complex regional pain syndrome. Now, how much different that is from fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, I don't know. But I'm starting to look into that, and she gave me many new recommendations. One thing she did recommend is Wahls Protocol, and I've seen people write about this on many different websites. A lot of people seem excited about that, talk about good results, but I've never actually heard anybody talk too much in detail about it. So I've started reading this. It is quite a thick book, you can see. Most of it, thus far, I'm only 1 or 2 chapters in, is kind of basic science. You learn about how mitochondria and food matters and things like that. But I'm just kind of taking it slow getting into it. She talks about her own personal experience with an autoimmune disease. She has MS. So this is really interesting. I can't wait to get into some of the actual diets and recommendations. She actually has some recommendations for how to physically recondition using e-stim. That sounds interesting. So I'm going to try that out, and that will be one of my next videos. She also recommended some supplements that I've never tried before. Magnesium. I know a lot of us try magnesium, but she gave it the formulation of magnesium glycinate and at higher doses, so I'm giving that a try. And an herb known as ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. I don't know too much about it, but I'll give it a shot. There are some things new to investigate, and I'm happy to have this new start with warmer weather. Really hope to get back into training. Hopefully I can lose some of this weight, get back out on the street with my bike and running shoes, though I tell you, it's kind of hard after all this time has gone by and all this weight I've put on. I'll update you all on how this is going. And again, the reason why I do this is because all those videos that I came across kind of spotty here and there, all of those really help motivate me to keep pushing. So I know some of you have started following me. Thanks so much for watching. But if just one of you can launch this and get something out of that, it makes me really excited, and I just want to pay it forward. Alright, that's what we got. Hope you all are well. See ya.